Hey besties, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara Savage. Guys, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Joining as a member, membership gives you access to videos firsthand and videos that would never make it to the public. It's only going to be on my members only content. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this Bubu top. This top is amazing. I love how I have my hanging pockets on the side. Guys, it's so easy to make and I'm going to show you guys how to make it in this particular video. Let's get into it. Guys, for this I'm using an Ankara fabric. Now for this fabric, it is 45 inches in length, so that's what I'm using. So I folded it like this, border to border. So can you see the edges, the two main edges? I folded them touching each other. After folding it border to border, we're now going to fold it again into two, just like this. All our borders are on this side. Can you see? This is the 45 inches that we folded and then folded again. This is it. This part will now be the length of my Bubu top, and then this would be my shoulder side. So on this corner right here, the part that has all the folds, you are going to place it down just like this, and then we're going to work on our neckline. What we're going to do now is on our neckline, we're going to measure 3.5 inches on this top part and then 1 inch downwards. And then we're going to create our neckline curve. Then we're going to go down by our chest line or your bust line. So in my case, that's about 9 inches. So I'm going to go down to 9 inches. After that, we're now going to measure our bust circumference divided by 4 plus ease. We're going to add ease to this, about 3 inches, 4 inches, depending on what you want. So in my case, my bust divided by 4 is 8 inches, about 8 inches, 8.5. Now plus 4 inches will give me 12.5, plus 1 inch seam allowance will give me 13.5. So I'm going to mark it right here. Now, before I move to the sleeve opening, if you want your sleeve to be a certain measurement, so you're going to measure your shoulder to shoulder divided by 2. In my case, that's 7.5. Then from that 7.5, you're going to measure how long you want your sleeve to be. So you don't necessarily need to use the entire length of this. You can measure how long you want it to be. If you want it 5 inches, 6 inches, anything you want, 12 inches, 10 inches, you're going to measure it from your shoulder to shoulder divided by 2, measure it to that point and mark it. Now in my case, I'm using this entire measurement, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to this side, the open side that still has the fold, and then I'm going to measure my sleeve opening. Now I want my sleeve opening to be really wide because I want it to look like a bubu. So I'm going to use about 11 to 12 inches. So when I use 12 inches, it's still going to reduce to 11 inches when I sew. So this is 12 inches right here. I'm going to mark it at 11 inches as well, so that in case I want to change my mind. So this is it right here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to now measure the length of the jackets that we want, the bubu that we want. So in my case, I want it to be about 18 inches when I'm done. So I'm going to measure out 19 inches. So because of the sewing allowance at the end, so 19 inches right here. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to now put these same measurements that I put here, this bust divided by 4, that measurements that we did. I'm going to connect it right here. So I'm going to mark it here. And then I'm going to rule a line because I want to be able to see it when I'm doing the next part. So now that I've ruled a line right here, I'm going to go to this measurement that I made, the sleeve opening, and I'm going to look for how I'm going to connect it using a slight curve. So connect it so you have a sleeve opening basically. So connect it like that. I'm going to also do this one so that I can see the exact shape that I actually want. So I'm just going to stick with this and cut it out. Now this is the back neckline. We're still going to do the front neckline. Now guys, when you're cutting this shoulder side, you're going to cut it using a side slant. So I'm going to go down by about 1 inch on this side, on the edge right there. And I'm going to rule a line leading to the neckline. So a slant, basically, a slight slant. And then we're going to cut it out. So with this, when you sew, the jacket is going to stay on your hand very well. It's going to fall very well on your hand. So this is what we have right here. We have our back and our front. So I'm going to take one, and then I'm going to cut it out right here because it's a bubu. So we're going to cut it out from here down to the end. So with this, I'll be able to work on the lapel later. So it's going to be okay. Don't worry. Just keep watching. Now, guys, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our back piece, open it up right side up. Can you see the neckline right here? And then we're going to take this and we're going to place it right side facing this. So make sure the neckline side is at the center like this, right side facing, and sew it along that shoulder right there. Sew it down. And then here as well, right side facing, and sew it along the shoulder right there. So guys, I have sewn the shoulders. Can you see? I have sewn it at the shoulder side. Now you're going to open it up at the sleeve opening. So remember the sleeve opening that we have that curve. You're going to open it up, and you know the shoulder seam is going to be joined already. You are now going to fold it twice at this part so that you can finish the raw edges. So in my case, I have done it here. Now because this is the bias edge, the edge that doesn't fray up my fabric, I just folded it once using 1 inch, and I've sewn it down just like that. Can you guys see? This is the center right here. Look at it. And now what you're going to do is you're now going to fold your fabric right sides facing each other, and they are going to sew this curve. So this armhole, you're going to sew your armhole so that you can have your armhole ready. So sew it down, and then sew the other side as well. Sew it down. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take this center part. So you know our neckline. So you're going to take your measuring tape and you're going to measure all around it, like down to the end. So keep measuring all around to the other side of the neckline. So the front and the back and the front again. In my case, I have about 47 inches here, but I'm going to cut out 50 inches so that I don't get short of any fabric. Now guys, once you cut 50 inches long fabric, you're going to cut it by 5 inches because we want our lapel to be 2 inches once we're done. So cut it 50 inches by 5 inches and you're going to have a long stretch of fabric. Now what you're now going to do is you're going to take your fabric. In my case, I always like to start on the wrong side when I'm doing my lapel. So on the wrong side, so that when I'm doing it on the right side, any error is going to be inside on the wrong side eventually. So this is my neckline. Can you see? This is my neckline. So on the wrong side of one end, you know we're going all around the neckline. So from one end, the wrong side, you are now going to place your lapel piece right sides facing your fabric. So please ignore this black part of this fabric. Imagine it as just this same fabric that just has two different colors on both sides. It's one piece of fabric, just one piece of fabric that you're cutting out. So you're now going to place it. The right side of the lapel should be facing the wrong side of your jacket. So you're going to place it, then pin it down. Then you're going to continue going all around till you get to the back neckline. You are still going to continue sewing it all around till you get to the end of the other side. So can you guys see? you're going to sew it to the end of that other side. Then I'm going to show you guys how to now flip it so that you can work on the front lapel, so that the lapel can be complete basically. So sew it all around the neckline, sew your armhole as well. So the armhole right here, sew it right sides facing each other, and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like next. So guys, can you see what it looks like? I have sewn it all around the neckline. So this is the front leading to the back, and then the other front. So now the next thing we're going to do is you're going to make it face the front side. This is the right side of our jacket basically. Then you're now going to fold it by 1/2 inch. This is the lapel that we're folding. Fold it by 1/2 inch first, and then fold it over. So do you guys get? Fold it over just like this, so that it creates a clean edge. And then you're going to pin it down. Then you're going to continue folding it by 1/2 inch and putting it on this part just like this. So can you guys see? Fold it by 1/2 inch, put it here, and pin it till you get to the other side again and sew it again. So the way we sewed it, like this, with the lapel, you are now making the lapel complete and you're sewing it all around. So guys, you're going to take a fabric that is 16 inches by 10 inches. This is to prep our pocket. So 16 inches by 10 inches, and you're going to go to the top of the long side and you're going to sew it down twice. So using a double fold, sew it down, and then after you've sewn it down, you're now going to place it right sides facing each other, right sides facing, and then sew it along the sides, the open edges basically. So the side and the hem. So sew it down. This is for our pockets. This is where we're going to put in our pockets that will be hanging on our kimono top. So sew it down there and your pocket will be ready. Guys, I have sewn the pocket and I've turned it inside out. So this is the seam inside. I've turned it inside out. This is what yours should look like. So you're going to go to your bubu, and then you're going to go here at the bottom part of your bubu top basically, and you're going to first finish the edges of the hem. So fold it twice and then finish it all around. But while you're doing that, you are now going to place this on it like this, so that it's hanging from the hem. So it should be hanging, it's not directly on it like this. Now if you want it directly on it, it's up to you. You can just sew it down like this on the three edges and that's it. But I want it to still hang down further from, after I wear it, people should still see it hanging down. So I'm going to place it about 3 inches after the hem. I'm going to place it right there, and I'm going to sew it down on the side. So sew it down on only the front. We are not sewing together with the back, only the front. I'm also going to sew it along the top right here, so that when I put something in my pocket, it doesn't mistakenly fall from this hole right here. So I'm going to sew it down on this part and here on this side. So the two sides of the pocket. And with that, the bubu is going to be ready. I can't wait to finish sewing this to show you guys what it looks like. And guys, that's all I have for this video. Can you see what it looks like? This is how the bubu top is going to come out. It is beautiful. I love how it's turned out. The pocket is sitting well. The sleeves are sitting right. Everything is just given. Like it's the right amount of oversize. Guys, this is beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you try it out, please don't forget to tag me on Instagram at Lara Creations. I'd love to showcase your work with all my growing followers, and even here on YouTube. Please also subscribe to the channel, like this video, share with them and outside your circle, joining as a member of the channel. Membership gives you access to videos firsthand, and videos that will never make it to the public is only going to be on the members only content. And that's all I have for this video. Until my next video, do have yourself a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. It's still your favorite content creator and fashion entrepreneur, Lara Savage, signing out.